Do you know that on Earth, is there a 1,400-year-old underwater city? Have you seen, could an ancient oasis survive in the desert? Do you think the Amazon rainforest, is it just a primeval forest? Today we will explore Top 10 Most Mysterious Ancient Ruins in the World. 10th Uluru Rock. Uluru Rock. It is a huge part of the northern region of Australia, natural sandstone formation. It is higher than 348 meters, about 9.4 kilometers, made of sandstone from 600 million years ago. Uluru Road is the Anangu section, one of the most sacred sites for thousands of years. 1873. Blogger Wilhelmus first discovered him. But the Anangas have lived here for 30,000 years. The rock bottom is covered with exquisite petroglyphs and mural. It's an Australian life-making story. The center of song and ceremony for indigenous peoples. Uluru Road is the center of their universe. Anangu people believe, ancestors of the universe, the creator placed Uluru Road directly on Earth. Every cave and depression in the rock has a story. Every legend of the Anangu people are painted on the surface of stone. Uluru is considered a forbidden area because excavation is not allowed here. Scientists may never understand the truth about this natural wonder. Climbing has also been banned recently. Violators will face imprisonment. No one can dig here to find lost artifacts. Everything here will remain mysterious forever. Across the earth, ancient city Lion City. In our country, Chunnan County, Hanzhou City, Zhejiang, Xiandao Lake underwater. Hidden away is a 1,400-year-old ancient city, the Lion. It gets its name from the nearby Marshall Lion Mountain. Built in 621 AD during the Tang Dynasty, the city would cover an area equivalent to 60 football fields. It has 5 city gates and towers, 265 palace gates, and 16th century city wall. In 1959, for the construction of the Xi'an River hydropower station, 300,000 residents were forced to relocate. The entire city was submerged. Until 2001. Beijing Diving Club rediscovered it. At a depth of 40 meters, they found a well-preserved building, carvings and temples. Due to long-term loneliness, Stone City is protected from wind, rain, and sunlight. Excellent condition. Visibility is extremely low at 40 meters underwater. In some places it's only 15 centimeters, although open to the public. But there are very few operators that can provide diving services. For diving enthusiasts, this is a unique and challenging exploration. Insurance destination, the 8th mysterious Colossus mystery. On the plains of Laos, scattered with more than 2,000 giant historical crowns. Execution, one of the most puzzling archaeological sites in the world. These corpses are over 2,000 years old. Archaeologists generally agree that they're giant funeral paraphernalia for storing the remains of the deceased or hanging ashes. Getting to the truth is incredibly difficult. During the Reading War, the Americans dropped another 2 million bombs. 30% of them did not explode. These unexploded bombs are now buried deep underground or covered with vegetation. Make this area off limits. For safety's sake, scientists can only use drones for research. Despite this, the maker and purpose of the real crown remain a mystery. The existence of these congregations, it leaves us with a message about the unsolved mysteries of ancient civilization. The 7th Yale Salem Temple Wonder. Yale Salam has a gold-topped building. It's called the Dome of the Temple Mount. It's beautifully decorated. The turquoise pattern stands out in the desert landscape. This is the oldest surviving Islamic building. Contains the earliest proclamations of the Prophet Muhammad. Until the mid-20th century, only Muslims are allowed to enter the area. After 1967, non-Muslims were granted limited access. However, non-Muslims are not allowed to pray again, preach religious support, or carry a prayer book. This is strictly enforced by the Israeli police. Temple Mount Yuanding Mosque. It is believed to be a place mentioned in the Quran. It's the birthplace of Muhammad. Therefore, it is considered extremely sacred. Femlin can enter the Temple Mount, but don't set foot on the top of the garden. Inside the mosque, the interior decoration is comparable to the Sistine Chapel. There are 8 main pillars supporting it, almost all coverage, intricate geometric patterns, and exquisite mosaic. Every detail has been carefully designed and implemented. The 6th ancient oasis in the Arabian Desert. Under the Nif Desert in the Arabian Peninsula, hidden amazing secrets. The research team discovered 46 ancient lakes. The evidence of this seemingly impoverished place. It used to be a lush oasis. The Ancient Desert Project was launched in 2013. Purpose: exploring the changing landscape of the Arabian Peninsula. The study found that Green Arab events triggered by celestial movement, transforming the desert into a tropical paradise, attracting early human settlements. Satellite imagery and sediment core samples reveal ancient civilization hiding on the shores of these dry lakes. Until now, ancient tools from 1.80 million to 250,000 years ago, local residents are able to adapt to environmental changes. The migratory routes of ancient migrants remain a mystery, but the evidence suggests that there are two main paths. One passes through the Horn of Africa, the other runs through the Western Peninsula, although no human regret has been found. But stone tools are as sophisticated as East Africa. The climate alternates between wet and dry periods. How did ancient people survive in harsh environment? What secrets lie hidden deep in the desert? The periodic hints of green Arabia. Future deserts could become green again. But the impact of modern climate change remains uncertain. The fifth shipwreck treasure risk time. Namibian miners in one place. Portuguese shipwreck ruins discovered the value of about 63 million yuan gold coin treasure. Archaeologists confirm this shipwreck is the Bermsisos. The ship sailed from Lisbon to India in 1533. But in Namibia, the diamond officially disappeared. The ship sailed along the competitive coast. The area is named after its hostile environment. Hundreds of ships have sunk here. The wreckage of the Anti-Sissos 500 years later. Discovered in a dry sloping lake, the bottom is buried in a lot of sand. Except for gold coins, archaeologists also discovered the personal belongings of the crew. Google and nautical tools. These artifacts are a study of 16th century seafaring life. Provided valuable information. Experts speculate the ship may have sunk in a storm because of the coast's winter wind speed, up to 129 kilometers per hour. Mother of the nation Sissos is so far on the coast of Jin. The oldest vent. The most valuable shipwreck. The fourth Amazon rainforest secret. Deep in the Amazon rainforest, hidden are 24 ancient giants. This amazing discovery, from 2023, survey by the National Institute for Space Research of Brazil. These buildings date back to before Columbus sailed, including ancient towns, defensive village, sacrificial sites, and riparian ruins. Scientists also use LiDAR technology to penetrate the dense forest view. Draw a 3D model of the surface. One of the most striking is Plaza Town. Has a large trench area, prototype square and straight road. Researchers estimate that Amazon may still have 10,000 to 24,000 historic sites to be excavated. These indigenous people, proficient in forest management and plant cultivation, their technology has influenced the modern Amazon ecosystem. They were the first environmentalists. Harmony with nature. It will be colonized by forest owners rather than felled, although these sites have been identified by LiDAR. Field trips still face challenges. Rainforests are dangerous. American Lake Anaconda. There are monolithic frogs and piranhas everywhere. Finding researchers willing to take risks is difficult. The third ancient castle in the desert, the Wonder of Mu is an ancient castle in the heart of the Middle Eastern desert. It was built in the 6th century BC, Achaemenid Empire. It used to be military, home to royal palaces and thriving communities. This desert fortress is not just a military stronghold. It is also an important trade center and political hub. The two BAMs reached their peak in the 7th century AD. During the reign of the Sashang Empire, he became one of the richest places in the Middle East. The success of cities, to a large extent, due to its advanced water conservancy system. 3,000 years ago, engineers harnessed groundwater through well, canals, and water conservancy decorations irrigate crops, turning a desert into an oasis. Due to its location between China and the Roman Empire, Al-Bam, becoming a central trade war on the Silk Road. Until the early 20th century, the city is still thriving. It was destroyed by an earthquake in 2003. Al-Gabam has now been partially restored. Become a tourist attraction. The second frozen war memory. Northeast France, there's a forbidden area known as the Red Zone. It was the First World War, remains of the worst battles. In 1916, the two German armies fought a 300-day battle here, killing 300,000 people. The Battle of Falden, make a land area of 170 square kilometers, turned into ruins. After the war, they decided to leave the area untouched. More than a century has passed. Human habitation is still prohibited here. Entry is allowed only in very few exceptional circumstances. Before the war, Falden was mainly farmland. Stationed 66,000 soldiers. After the war broke out, both sides have once again stockpiled a large amount of ammunition. Millions of shells blow this land beyond recognition. Now full of sore ants. Nitrogen pits all over, like the surface of the moon. This red zone, it became a living war museum. Forever reminded of the cruelty of war. The first crystal. Cave Wonders 2000. Miners near Nica, Mexico. I found a place like a fairy tale. 290 meters underground. In a horseshoe-shaped cave, filled with giant gypsum crystals. The largest are as thick as a telephone pole. This place was named the Crystal Cave. Located rich in silver, Thousand and New Nica Mountains. Since this discovery, researchers from all over the world flocked to. Research shows that, about 26 million years ago, lava rose to create what is now Mount Nica. And mineral-rich hot water. Building mountain, cracks and caves in limestone. These gypsum crystals are formed. Calcium sulfate-rich water in cave. The formation of several minerals. The main one is transparent and colorless gypsum. Although Nica has other caves that contain gypsum crystal, but none can compare to the Crystal Cave. Currently, the focus of research has shifted to how to preserve this wonder. Unfortunately, due to its location in the Nica mine, the cave is open to researchers only, not open to the public.